Picks up the mess and backs it in.
You know, and I knew this, but I didn't know it to this extent. Jameer Nelson, I don't know how you work on it, needs to really improve his passing to take his game to another level. Guys are open, and he's unable to see them. And a little bit of it is a size thing.
Good defense from Reddick. Allen takes a bad shot. Nelson hits another three. Well, that's what he does best as a point guard. That's what made him an all-star. He's got 10 points. And 8 straight points by Orlando.
And if you're the Celtics, what you don't want to do is take your foot off the gas pedal and allow this Magic team to establish a rhythm and gain some confidence.
Allen gets inside. Now, during the regular season, the Boston Celtics lost a lot of big leads. But again, we say over and over again, they're just a different team now, health-wise and confidence-wise. Reddick falling away. Tough shot gets it to go. Orlando's regained their footing a little bit after that onslaught to start. You're just tuning in. Boston led by as many as 24. Davis wide open. Shooting numbers, 56% for Boston, 39% for Orlando. And Nelson continues to have his struggles. Tony Allen trying to get rid of it. And a held ball. They'll jump it up. And we'll have a timeout with 4:21 remaining. The Celtic bench also getting the job done.
Well, when you're talking about Glenn Davis, he has a skill set. He can make a shot. So here, pick and roll, Ray Allen, a much better pick and roll passer than you would expect. He scores it at 17 feet, and now he powers it in on the beautiful pass by Ray Allen.
Spectacular basketball. What's so impressive, they're doing it against the 2 best teams in the NBA record-wise. Last round, a 66-win team, Cleveland. Now a team in Orlando that won 59 games, and they are just dominating at times.
And the thing that's most impressive, they're dominating on the defensive end. So they're taking away the will of their opponent by getting it done defensively.
And this isn't dominating at times. This is just domination. Listen, when Rondo went out, this game was over. And then Tony Allen made some mistakes against Jameer Nelson. But that's it.
Now, both the first 2 games, Boston had double-figure leads. Orlando came back. The fourth quarter was big comeback time as Garnett knocks down the shot. Kevin Garnett, 2 for 3 from the field. It just shows you the level right now that the Celtics are playing. They've won 5 straight games in these playoffs. And again, 4 of them on the road. Lewis blocked by Garnett. Perkins fighting for it. Still loose, not loose. And Garnett comes away. Allen. Pierce on the pull-up. Paul Pierce with 10 points.
And it's just easy for Paul Pierce right now. He doesn't feel any defensive pressure at all. Good ball movement right there by the Celtics.
They have 14 assists here in this first half. And that's one of the reasons why the ball movement, they're shooting 58% from the field against one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. And a foul on Perkins. That's going to be 3 on Perkins. They're such an unselfish team. They haven't had a game in the playoffs where a guy on the team has led them in scoring in consecutive games. One game it's Rondo, then Pierce, then Ray Allen, then Garnett. He's very reminiscent of 2008 when everything worked so well together, so unselfish. Doc Rivers saying before the game, he doesn't really want to get into comparisons with 08. He says one thing for sure, Rondo is just so much better than he was a couple of years ago. We are really watching him take another step here in these playoffs.
And Doc Rivers talked about when the Celtics made the great comeback against the Lakers in 08. Rondo was not on the floor. So it shows you that they're a better basketball team because now they have a 4th guy that's a legitimate star.
Ryan Anderson, meanwhile, a second-year player from Cal, is making his first appearance in the series. He was acquired in the Vince Carter trade, but hasn't played in this series at all. As Carter fouls Davis, Lewis had to sit down with 3 fouls. And we'll have a timeout. Boston kept talking about they won't have a letdown after the 2 impressive wins in Orlando to start this series. So far, no letdown whatsoever. What an impressive performance from the Celtics. Stewart, thank you. Celtics a 20-point lead, just under 3 remaining in the second. Time for our Miller Lite Taste Greatness. Right now, nobody playing any better than Rajon Rondo.
Getting it done on the floor. You talk about you want a point guard that can finish over length. The teardrop floater over the contestant Dwight Howard. How about you can't lose sight of Rondo on the floor? Gortat does, and he pays the price. Again, Rondo's deceptive strength. Just a little bit of bump, excuse me, able to finish underneath. And then you want to talk about taste great. Well, taste the floor. Be willing to sacrifice your body. Outwork everybody on the court. Rondo hustling and then gets rewarded.
He's still only 24 years old. It's his 4th year in the league. Born in Louisville, went to Kentucky. Played a couple of years for Kentucky. That's not an easy thing to be born in Louisville and play at Kentucky with all the rivalry going on there. But even when he came out after the 2 years, there were people that were surprised that maybe he wasn't ready for the NBA, wasn't a shooter, and it wasn't easy when he first came to the NBA. You see the leadership that's come on, Mark, and this is a guy that in 2008, when they won the championship, all season long, the question was, are they good enough to win with him at the point guard?
And I might say, go so far as saying 2008, if he'd have called guys over, guys may have come over, but reluctantly. Because like, okay, what do you want? What are you talking about? What do you have to add to what we bring to the table? Now, all of a sudden, guys are sprinting over. He's earned their respect.
Redick back up top to Carter. Carter hand in his face, gets the 3-pointer to go. Now they're starting to hit him from downtown, 5 of 11.
That's really good offense right there. Good extra passing. And J.J. Redick caused that because he drove to score, which forced Ray Allen to come and give real help.
Davis been very aggressive. Block. Howard with the rejection. His second block of the game. And they're just trying to chip away at this huge lead. Carter fouled by Garnett. And the Celtics in the penalty. That's 2 on Garnett. Coming up, the Toyota halftime show. Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, and Michael Wilbon. They'll have analysis of the first half. And Vince Carter, personal story and his family struggles, all coming up on the Toyota halftime show.
You know, that was an interesting call. It was in the penalty anyway, but we've seen it a number of times. What constitutes continuation after you pick up the dribble and what doesn't? That wasn't going to be called continuation, but they're in the penalty, so he's shooting anyway. And we've seen Paul Pierce do a good job of feeling the contact, hearing the whistle, and then shooting it. And to me, it's hard to know right now what truly is called continuation and what's not.
He takes advantage of them being in the penalty. He's back to 16, so they've sliced 8 points off that 24-point lead.
I will say this, if you're the Magic, the last couple of minutes, you found something that works on the offensive end. It's about getting stops now and giving yourself a chance.
Shot clock at 4. Rondo with a jump shot. And Howard with a rebound. Crowd's got a little quiet, resting their lungs after that unbelievable start by the Celtics. And now the Magic quieted them a bit.